You all, we are not licensed professionals. You know, we are just here on this roller coaster called life, trying to be better friends to one another, trying to be better human beings on this planet. If you're tuning in, we are not opting out of therapy. We are not advocating that you listen to us and not see someone who is licensed and trained to help you with day-to-day life on how to cope and deal. So we advocate for therapy a lot here. We believe that everyone has something to talk to somebody about. So, just like to make that disclaimer that we're just here giving our opinions and having discussions week by week. And we're hoping that, you know, maybe you can find something useful, or if at least find a little humor in this terrible, terrible rock we call the world.
In other words, if you listen to our advice and you get popped in the mouth, don't at us.
Yeah, don't at me because you may get popped in the mouth again.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Friendship University podcast. I'm Meeky, joined by my co-host.
Wow.
No, it's not. I know your name. It's Christan.
Do you?
My brain is basically like, think about, you know, the monkeys or the monkey toy thing that has the two cylinders. It's like, that's my brain now. So, like, I just be forgetting things sometimes. You know, that early onset dementia is on its way.
I'm not even going to claim that over you because that's not even what you have.
I think it runs in my family.
I'll just say that you're tired. Maybe.
Oh, it is. I am tired. We are recording about 2 hours later than we normally do. And the sun sets at, 2 p.m. now.
We're sick about it.
Disgusted.
Here we go. And you're back from vacation.
And I'm back from vacation. That is true. So I'm still booting up. My brain is still like, it's like AOL. Dial up.
How was your vacation?
It was good. It was really good. Unexpected. In a sense of it did not go the way it was supposed to go, but still made the most of it. Still had a great time. For those of you who don't know, went on a cruise. Which, before I tell you about my vacation, I feel kind of bad about taking a cruise because I found out like how bad cruises are for like the environment recently, and I was just like,
Tell me, I don't know. I never knew how bad cruises were for the environment. What do they mess up ecosystems and stuff like that?
Yeah, they can like bleach like coral reefs and like kill like fish and stuff like that. So there's not many regulations on like how they waste or like release waste. So sometimes they release in the middle of the ocean, and the amount of like CO2 gas I guess they release as they're moving around because like they have massive they have massive engines that use some form of fuel that's like a lot dirtier than regular fuel because it's cheaper. But it goes into the ecosystem and stuff like that. I think, and don't quote me on these numbers, I think they said like a 4 or 5 day cruise is like emits the same amount of like toxins in the air as like a month of a city, like an actual city. I don't know if that's true. Again, I don't know if that's like accurate. I'm also gonna be messing up that statistic, but yeah. Feel bad about taking the cruise? Will I do it again? Probably.
Yeah, it makes sense to me though.
I mean, the Earth is gonna burn anyway, so might as well enjoy it, right? I'm kidding. I do care about the environment. I just did not know about the impact it had on the world. So definitely gonna be thinking about traveling more ecologically in the future. But I digress. No, vacation was fun. We were originally supposed to go to Nassau and then this place called Coco Cay, which I think is like Royal Caribbean's private island. But God had other plans, and it decided to make a hurricane and or a tropical storm down there. So our 4-day cruise turned into basically us sitting on a boat for 5 days because we sailed out Monday. Tuesday was supposed to be Nassau Day, but we couldn't go because hurricane. Day 3 was supposed to be Coco Cay, but couldn't do that because hurricane. So those 3 days we were at sea, just out in the water, in the middle of the water. Me, our mutual friend, and a bunch of Republicans. Ooh, it's terrifying. So many American flags everywhere. Anyway, and then luckily on the fourth day, they actually were able to get us into Nassau for like a short period of time. It was very in and out, like in out. That was pretty much it. And then on the way back, we were supposed to be back on Friday. They were like, "So the hurricane's hitting Florida, and we can't go back. So we got you till Saturday." So most of my time was spent in the middle of the ocean, but I made the most of it. I drank a lot. I slept outside a lot. Like I was trying to come back like 6 shades darker.
You got tan.
Oh, okay, a little rotisserie, a little crisp. So no, I had a really good time. Honestly, it was very relaxing, very much needed. Again, I'll probably take a cruise in the future at one point or another.
I'll probably be right there with you.
But definitely feel a little guilty about that.
You shouldn't, though. I mean, well, not
I mean, it's.
How did it feel being? So I know we've talked about your open water fear. How did it feel at being at sea that long?
It was pretty relaxing, mainly because I also, while yes, cruise ships are awful for the environment, I also know they're pretty safe, all things considered. I have a weird nerd obsession when like I'm going somewhere. I'll have a habit of looking more into the mode of transportation I'm going on.
It's
like,
not lying.
if it's like a plane, I'm like, okay, what is
this
it? A
is the
Boeing?
Type of plane.
Is it Airbus?
And he's like, well, do you know the statistics on this plane? I'm like, why would you tell me the statistic on a plane I'm getting on in 2 hours? Why would you tell me that?
I don't know why I'm like this. I've always been this way. I like to know how things work. So I learned how like boats work before we left. I was like, let me look all about cruise ships. Like, how do cruise ships move, and like how big are they, and all this stuff like that. So I was really reassured that I wasn't going to be like, thrown into the middle of the ocean. However, two things. The first one being, excuse me, in the middle of the night, you can go outside, right, on the boat. And when you're looking out there into the abyss, I promise you Godzilla was looking at me. He was under that. It's terrifying. That terrified me, just looking out in the middle of the night when it was just water and all you could see was moonlight occasionally. It was terrifying. Because there was one point where I was looking out and I was like, I know I'm in the middle of the ocean, but I can't see anything. And then the second thing is, because there was a hurricane, there was portions of our trip where the water was very rough, where I was just being thrown left to right, just front, center, left, right, like just being thrown in the walls and stuff like that. That was pretty scary as well. Like, I'm sure it wasn't awful. Like, we weren't in the hurricane. It was just some rough water around the hurricane. So I can't imagine what being on a cruise ship during a storm actually is like. Even though apparently it got really bad one night, but I was so drunk and knocked out that I didn't really care. I was asleep.
We talked about how they have, what are those, bunk beds? Bunk beds on cruise ships?
They do have bunk beds on cruises, yes. And you will fall slap off of it.
They don't even give you a courtesy rail? Like on the side?
I don't know. There was only 2 of us, so we didn't need to use the bunk beds, but...
I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's kind of crazy. I knew y'all wasn't going to fall out.
Oh, no. Luckily, the way our beds were, we were moving more like up, down, opposed to left, right. Because if it was going left, right, I would definitely fall into the ocean. But how was your week away from me? I know you watched my cat. I see you guys bonded a lot, which is good.
We did. Outside of him trying to murder me with his allergies. It was cool.
Yeah, relaxing.
He bit, clawed a couple of times. I would assume out of love, it was in the rubbing state or like touching state, but not like a don't touch me, but in the midst of touching.
And I know you told
me he can get overstimulated.
Yeah, apparently that's something cats do. He does it to me, so don't take it personally. It means he likes you.
Yeah, when he goes off in the distance and looks at you as a murderous vixen, is that also normal? Should I not take that personal?
No, don't take it personally, because he'll murder anybody, including me. Like, there'll be times where I'm just like laying down or like looking at the TV, and he'll just be over in the corner just looking at me.
It was very Michael Myers Halloween. Cue that music. That's how he was looking at me. I'll drop a photo on our Instagram to let you all know how vicious he was looking. But All in all, no, it was good. Just out here living as best as I can. Why my friends go on vacation without me?
We invited you, but understandably,
Hold on now, don't say. I just had to be an adult.
I know. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just saying, understandably, so you couldn't go, and that was it. We missed you though.
No, I thought you were about to say you were just gonna say you didn't invite me, but yes, they invited me, but I had to be a responsible adult.
Yeah, it's okay. We gave you the pity invite. I kid. You know we're the Three Musketeers.
Wow.
Okay, like you've never given me a courtesy invite.
No. I have never given
under
you a
certain
courtesy invite.
Okay, get lies because there's times where I'm not gonna want to go to the thing, but you'll still ask me like, "Oh, do you want to go see SZA?"
That's not a courtesy
No, girl,
invite.
I don't want to go see SZA.
That
no
is
offense,
SZA. Acknowledge your friend's anxiety invite.
Well, next time you decide to go see, I don't know, Flo Milli or something, let me know.
Flo Milli shit.
Okay.
I'll
probably
be
say
there.
no, but maybe.
You'll be at Glorilla.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Birthday Bash, Rolling Loud, all of them. Every single one.
Okay. All right. Well, as the people who are returning know, and as the new people coming, we welcome you so much. We do episodes. You can anticipate them dropping every Friday, Friendship Fridays. So we be out here. We just be talking about friendship, the art of it, maintaining, creating, developing it. Because it's really a lost art form. You niggas be acting like y'all don't need people. And that's a lie. Like, human beings are our greatest resource. So, like, don't act like you don't need people in times of adversity. A lot of times it shows on social media that you don't have people in those times because y'all just be tweeting, Instagramming, TikToking, anything. And if you actually had a group chat of friends that you can spray those bullets off on first, you wouldn't feel the need to go to social media and tell the world. You wouldn't feel the need to go to social media and get those feelings off your chest. So
can we just talk about that real quick for like a couple seconds?
We can.
Not Kanye specifically, but like people who just post whatever on Instagram or social media, right? Mm-hmm. I don't get it. And that's really like the extent of that sentence. Like, I just don't understand people who just go on social media and just like post whatever. Some things are better left in your brain or in your house. And I'm not talking about people being like racist or homophobic or transphobic or any, I mean, yes, them. Why also can you just hate from the inside of your house? I was about to say even that can live in the constraints of your home or in your friendship group, because there have been many times shit has leaked from friend groups. True. And we find out somebody's racist from that, but like the little stuff, like people who be talking about like, yeah, my baby daddy had 4 babies on me, but I took him back. Ooh. Or yeah, my best friend is fucking my boyfriend and they're getting married, but I'm the best woman or some shit. Like, that's not a win. That's not a who is this for?
So So I'm gonna say this, and this is my opinion. This is not fact. I have no like scientific industries or anything behind this. It's just what I think. I feel like when you feel like you don't have anyone to talk to, this is what social media has done, right? It's given us a platform to feel like we can talk to several people and interact at once with a lot of people. And oftentimes, if you don't have someone to talk to about the problems or the things that you're going through, and this could also mean like people needing therapy, they will project that onto social media. It's the same thing when someone posts something happy about their life and you get a whole slew, it becomes viral and it's a whole slew of negative comments too, and it's like, you're not just unhappy, you don't have anyone to talk to about this unhappiness.
That's fair.
So it's just like now you're perpetuating that unhappiness onto this person because you haven't dealt with it. Like in the grand scheme of things, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, there are things that I will post in our group chat that I would never post on social media.
Never. Never.
I would never put that out there because this is the forum for me to get those intrusive thoughts out here.
Right.
So it's just like I feel like when people don't have that, and you may have people, for me, it makes me want to ask people like, you need to question the people you call friends in your life, because if you feel like you can't be your true self or let those bullets rain with them, do you really trust them? Do you really like want to be yourself around them? Like, I just feel like people don't think it's the same with like the tragedy today. I'm seeing people tweeting and saying stuff that's just so like, it's not only disrespectful, but it's disheartening, because I'm like, this was a human being. They had family, friends, you know what I'm saying, people whose lives they affected as a celebrity. Like, you saying stuff like that is just so unfathomable to me, because first of all, like, some of the stuff I wouldn't even thought myself, period. But even some of the stuff I'm like,
it's just people put it on like social media. I'm
like,
why
would you put it on social media? Why? And then act shocked when someone responds to it.
It was there for the world to see.
It's like, oh, this is my opinion, I just say what I want to say. You said it on a platform with billions of subscribers. Like,
social media was a mistake.
That's like me going out and like freaking wearing a shirt that says, you know, some crazy shit, and then somebody being like, why are you wearing a shirt like that? This me, it's my body, I can wear what I want. Yeah, but I see it, so I have the right if we talking about free speech, I have the right to respond to it. So yeah, y'all
there's been
need
a lot of crazy
groups.
social media stuff.
Y'all
That's
need
why
friends
I brought it
group.
up.
Y'all need friend groups for real. I've been seeing some crazy.
I mean, it's been crazy for a while, but it's getting crazy.
That lady that posted about her husband and her having a cup of coffee in the garden every morning, and niggas was wilding on her about that.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
There was a woman, she tweeted that she was like, I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the entire tweet, but she pretty much said like her and her husband enjoy a cup of coffee in their garden every morning to have a conversation. And she said something along the lines like, I'm so grateful that we've been able to do this. Something like 11 years or something like that.
Okay.
When I tell you, it was a slew of people in the comments talking about, he just fronting. Y'all probably be in y'all screens and talking about what y'all see in y'all screens. One person was like, oh, you know, other people get to enjoy the pleasantries of life. They just don't get to enjoy it as much as you do, you know, me, like doctors or lawyers or educators or different things like that. They was like, well, do you all have jobs? How do y'all have the time for that? And so she explained, she was like, well, I'm a freelancer this, blah, 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 and my husband's a freelancer that, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, we can kind of make our own schedule, and we prioritize this time together every morning. And niggas was just like, well, you know, if I had to do that with my wife every morning, I'd shoot myself. If I were your wife, nigga, and I read that tweet, I would have to shoot you. I would shoot you. Because what? Like, people were wilding on her, and in my mind, I was like, you can't express no amount of joy or anything.
They just want your downfall. Listen. For every like you get on social media, I promise you, it's probably like 10 people who want to see you fail. 10
people want to see you fail, and that's why they really say move in silence, for real, because people really be that you don't even know be praying for your downfall, for real. I really believe that, but yeah, so I get that. People need friend groups. Yeah. If you need a friendship group, maybe we'll start.
No, we're not.
Maybe on Twitter or Facebook. I can go back to Facebook. I haven't been on Facebook in years.
We're good. We're not doing any kind of friend group. Nothing.
We can start a friendship
Y'all
group.
are on your own.
Just blast off all your intrusive thoughts in the thread.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Because
so
you get hemmed up, that's not on us. That has nothing to do. Don't add us.
You will be signing a clause that we are not responsible for.
None of it. Because if you tell us you want to, murder someone.
Okay, now you're kicked out. We ain't talking about that.
I can't do it. But, Yeah, sorry for that tangent. I just was thinking about all this like random social media stuff this past week.
I feel you on that. Yep. So here we are.
Another week. We're here.
Mm-hmm. So we are going to be, I guess keeping it light this week. And Meeky had the brilliant idea. We just came out of, I think it's homecoming season for everyone. I know particularly it's HBCU homecoming season, but I think it's homecoming season for everyone, and we're nearing that time where you vote and you do different things for your classmates to figure out who is who. So we're going to do a superlative episode. We're going to be talking about, for myself and Meeky, what we feel like we are most likely to achieve or what superlatives best suit us. I don't know what's on Meeky's list. You don't know what's on my list, so
we certainly do not.
I'm hoping for the best. Meeky, you wanna kick it off?
Let's do it. Before we start, I just wanted to ask you a quick question. Did you ever win a superlative in high school?
I did. So
let me take a guess. I'm gonna take 3 guesses.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely to fill some form of office role. I mean, government office, like president or secretary, governor, something like that.
Okay.
Most likely to be a doctor. And then I'm gonna say most likely to be on a talk show.
You all had very specific ones. So we didn't have office or talk show.
Doctor wasn't really one. It was more like if you had a talk show.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. So I won 2 superlatives in high school. I won 1 in 10th grade and 1 in 12th grade. So 10th grade, I actually won best dressed.
Okay.
And then 12th grade, I won most intellectual. That was
I can see those.
Yeah. And it's funny because the guy who won most intellectual, that nigga smart too. Like, he got the Gates Millennium Scholarship, and he been out here flourishing. So I hope you're doing well for sure. But I actually didn't think that I was the most intellectual in my school. But when I think about it, intellectuality is not like about brains per se. It's not like who can solve the problem the fastest. It's just about who's thinking about it in whatever light. But I didn't think I was gonna win, honestly, to be fair. I also didn't think I was gonna win, but I don't even know how. In 10th grade, I don't know how I got on the ballot for best dress. Not because I wasn't dressed well, because I didn't put myself on the ballot. So I never found out who put me on there.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, and when I was in high school, the people who did the superlatives were the people who did the yearbook, and like
I was on yearbook.
I did the yearbook in my senior year. From what I remember, I think we just handed out like something in homeroom that was you just voted on it.
Yeah, we definitely voted, and I saw my name on it. I was like, who the fuck put my name on this?
Right. I was voted in my senior year for most likely to be on a talk show, which is
I can believe. Look at yourself now.
Look at me now on a talk show. Some things come true.
I can totally.
I feel like
see that.
They also were like we're probably thinking I'd be on like Maury or like Jerry Springer or something like that. I don't know.
I would give you like a Ricky Lake or a. For those of you who don't know, let me try to. I would give you more of like a who has talk shows now? Kelly Clarkson. She has a talk show.
Does she?
She does. I was gonna say Tyra, but Tyra is a terrible journalist.
I don't know any talk shows going on right now.
Tyra had a talk show, and she would habitually cut people off as they were answering her questions. And I'm like, that's like rule 101 in journalism. Like, let people get their thought out and then respond. You're actually supposed to be actively listening.
True.
Yeah. So.
But anyway, so.
That's cool.
Yeah, I guess so.
How do you feel about that, though? Do you want a talk show?
I mean, I'm enjoying this, but I don't know.
What would your talk show be about?
I don't know.
If you could have a talk show.
Literally had to overthink. I don't know.
If you could have a talk show about anything,
probably like interviewing DJs or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. But it already exists, so.
Does it?
It does. I forgot what it's called.
Well, shout out to you. I don't remember. I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't want to remember. It's fine. I'll look it up later. Anyway, so yes, first, so superlatives. If you haven't gathered already, it's like these topics were like, oh, most likely to, where you see this person doing that.
Oh, I didn't even think about most. Some people may not know what a superlative is, so I didn't look up the term, but yeah, what you said, I think it's like you get voted by your peers on something they feel like you're most likely to do or be, in an instance. So
there it is. All right, so we're gonna start us off easy. Most likely to be charged with a felony.
Me?
No, between the two of us. I'm gonna say
we're
you, though.
asking me? You think I'm, out of the two of us, you think I'm the most likely to be charged with a felony?
Yes. And here's why. It's not so much your capacity to complete the felony. I think we're both equally capable of doing a felony. You can't keep it in. That's
not fair.
You would fuck up and slip up and tell someone.
First of all, I don't feel like I have the capacity to commit a felony because... I'm trying to say, how do you say? I was enticed with what you niggas are now getting indicted on with that, business loan they said that you got back in the COVID. I was enticed with that, and I turned a little beep 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 multiple times. I turned that down. So if I turn that down, I feel like I ain't gonna be out here. But that you feel like I feel like, okay, I will agree with you. If we both did commit a felony and I was approached about said felony, I probably would break before you just because, yes, I have a terrible time lying. But I also feel like you would get caught because you would get too cocky. And what I've learned in true crime is that niggas always get caught because they get too cocky.
It depends on the crime. If it's like murder...
I'll be
so fucked up in the head where I'll probably just like suppress the thought and like never think about it ever again.
I'm getting away with murder. I watch too much true crime. The cops ain't even gonna question me.
You would have to
ask any questions. I'm never gonna have to answer any questions. You would end up in an insane
asylum. Your conscience will not allow you to have murdered someone.
Damn, you're right.
You would rip your hair out. I'm gonna have to vote you on this one. I'm sorry.
That is so rude, fella. You talking about we gonna start light? Oof.
All right, Optimus Prime. Damn.
So I sidebar, funny story. Mark Wahlberg. I just found out that he was in a Transformers movie. I have never seen that movie. I've never seen that Transformers movie. I don't know how. I thought I had seen all Transformers movies.
He was in two of them.
Maybe I blocked it out. And I will. They're on my list to watch. I wanted to watch it the other night, but our mutual friend, we had already watched a Mark Wahlberg movie, and they said they reached their capacity for Mark Wahlberg.
There's only so much Mark Wahlberg can take. In my opinion,
I feel like he is a gem, and I will watch it. But
I mean, he's cool. I don't dislike him, but like, there's only so much I could take in one. Just like Vin Diesel, there's only so much Vin Diesel I could take in one sitting.
Yes.
So much Rock I can take in one sitting.
Fair.
There's only so much Kevin Hart as an actor I can take in one sitting. Love him as a stand-up comedic, but like Kevin Hart as an actor, I'm like, can we not?
Both of them I can only. Well, yeah. So those are on my list to watch. I will be watching those with Mark Wahlberg. But see, they are, but
they're fun shit.
Right. And I enjoy Mark Wahlberg, maybe not for the things that people think you would enjoy an actor for, but they bring me joy. I mean, this is also coming from someone who thinks that Precious is the comedy of the year.
I will never watch Precious. I don't know what it's about.
So
I saw the trailer and I was like, this isn't for me.
You just have to find the joy and the laughter and everything.
I'm good. I'm not watching it. Anyway, on to you.
We'll watch it. So, okay.
We're not watching Precious.
We will be. If you're going to make me watch Twilight, we're watching Precious.
We don't have to do that now. I've already watched them.
Well, you already made me watch Rob Schneider's cut. So we will be watching Precious.
That's not even the same.
I watched 6 hours?
4 hours.
4 hours of that.
I'm not...
You can give me an hour and a half of that Precious.
I'm not doing it.
You can give it to me.
I'm not doing
You can give it to me. You can give it to me.
I really can't.
You can. And you will. Anyway, all right. Most likely to correct you.
You.
I'm voting you.
You?
You!
I know you lying.
I know you lying.
You are... Don't play in front of these people's faces.
I'm not playing in front of nobody's faces.
You will look at me in the eye and say...
First of all, when I correct people, I don't look them in the eye because I don't want them to feel accused. So that's you. You look people in the eye when you correct them.
Okay, hold on. No, absolutely
no.
Absolutely not. Here's the thing, though. You will argue someone down into the ground.
No,
I will quit eventually.
Arguing and correcting someone is something totally different. When I say correct, you could be having a random conversation about something. Or you may say something, and if it's something wrong, it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, but you will correct them in the moment.
All I'm going to say about this is you're a Virgo, and that's what it is.
What does that have to do with the presidency in China?
Everything it does has everything to do with
You know what? This is a tangent. You went on a tangent earlier, I'm going to go on a tangent. I hate niggas who be like, oh, I experienced this with one zodiac sign, and y'all put it on the whole zodiac sign. Now all of a sudden, everybody's the same person. You niggas just want to weigh out. No, it's not. It's your personality. It's your characteristics. And if you listen to your zodiac sign and that's who you became because you didn't know who you were to begin with, that's not my problem. But
honestly, I take the zodiac conversation like as a fun topic starter, but I don't subscribe fully.
You don't even subscribe to it.
But I will say,
you're a Taurus though. You're on the same wavelength. I could say my mom's a Taurus, and she don't want to be wrong either.
It's not about me being wrong. Me being wrong, you're right. I don't like being wrong, but other people, I let them be wrong as much as they want to be wrong.
Exactly.
I'm not going to correct these folks.
You be out here correcting bitches left and right.
I wanted to correct people. I would have corrected you on this podcast 600 times by now.
When? Give me an example.
Please hold. You know what? I got you. I'll pull some clips from our last episode.
Go ahead.
I will.
Go ahead.
I will.
I'm unafraid to be wrong because you know what? The best learners and the smartest people are forever learners. I'm sorry, the best teachers are forever learners. So, it's okay. You don't have to take the trope, but I feel like you would be the most likely to correct someone. Mm-hmm.
All right, next question. Who is most likely to have the weirdest fetish?
You.
Here's the thing, though.
You.
Okay, hold on. No.
You.
Yes, but no.
You.
Yes, but no.
You.
No. Here's the thing. I'm very open about my sexual escapades.
You are, but not.
But I am.
But you're not.
But I am.
But you're not.
But you don't talk about your escapades at all.
Because I'm not having any. So what am I supposed to fucking talk about? I'm not having any escapades. There's nothing. This well is dry. I'm trying to fill her up, but there's nothing out there. So what do you want me to talk about? There's nothing happening. I would talk about it if it were there. It doesn't exist.
I just feel like it's the quietest people who be out here buzzing it down for a real one.
You're right, I'll bust it down for the right one, but the right one is not here. Where is he? Where are they? I'm looking in space.
Chris, look at me in the eyes. Are you a freak?
The freak is I think it's a term that you have to define within yourself, honestly. I'm being honest about that. I feel like you can say someone's a freak, but that's just on what you feel like a freak is.
Are you a kinky hoe?
Kinky is the same thing. Do you think you're kinky? You just said another adjective.
In yourself, do you think you're a kinky person?
I feel like I like to please my partner. I'll say that.
I'll take what I can get. And I'll take that title. You know, I probably am the more
I feel like
fetishy one between the two of us.
Because I feel like we can wake up one day and you can be in a pancake suit I could pop up at your house.
And
I'll be like, why are you in I'll be like, why are you in a pancake suit? And you'd be like, why didn't you call?
What? Why are you here? Mind your business.
And I'll just hear someone in the background like, the syrup is warm. And I'll just leave.
Your turn.
I told you to get creative, but dang, I didn't think you was gonna be coming out with stuff like that. Okay. Most likely to eliminate the human population if given ultimate power.
It's me.
Absolutely.
It's me. The entire human Homo sapien species has to go. Everyone. And that's not even, I'm not saying like, oh, I get to stay. No, I also have to go.
Oh, you want to be gone?
All of us have to go. Every single one of us have to leave the earth. We can't keep doing this.
That's like that movie that's like that movie I just watched with Mark Wahlberg.
Transformers?
No, it was about reincarnation.
So Transformers, probably.
I forgot what the name of it was. No, they're not coming back as, they're coming back as humans. But there was one human that was in, I'm not going to give it away, but I can't remember the name of it. But Mark Wahlberg is in it. That's all I got.
That's fair. But yeah, I would wipe out the entire humans, like the entire.
You really would.
I would. No offense, Jesus. I know you tried your hardest with this batch.
Oh, he didn't have to try.
You know what? You're right. Humans, not your best work. I'm not gonna hold you. Puppies, A1. Kittens, top tier.
You say that.
Deers, precious.
You say that until you encounter
sea otters, amazing. Humans, not. I'm not a big fan.
You're not a fan.
I'm not a fan.
That's fair. I
like mountains. I like the mountains. I think you did a great job with the space and the cosmos. So
everything but humans.
But the humans, just that one. Not
everything.
It's not giving.
It's not for you.
It's not.
Humans aren't for you.
If you were given ultimate power, would you destroy it?
Absolutely not. No.
Oh.
One.
Wow. Well, on to the next question. Ooh. Let's see here. Most likely, I already know the answer to this question. Actually, I already know the answer to that question. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Go ahead, say it.
No, it's fine.
I would like to hear what your question and answer is.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Who is most likely to write a worst-selling book?
Honestly, I can't hold you. I don't know.
Probably me.
It could be me too.
I don't know how to read.
You read all the time. Okay, let me rephrase that. You read enough.
I have Siri read things to me. I don't know how to read.
You read gaming prompts all the time.
I have like a 6th grade reading level.
You read gaming prompts all the time.
I really be using context clues.
That's half of reading.
Your turn.
I mean, I would hope I wouldn't write a worst selling. My goal is to write a best selling. So here's hoping that it's not both of us. Trick question. Most likely to have spoiled kids.
You.
You know why? You know why I'm going to say you?
Why?
I'm going to say you because even though you talk so much about F them kids and you don't want kids, I honestly feel like you're going to have children and you're going to be so ecstatic that you have children that you're going to give them everything that they want. That's what I think. I think you're going to find someone that you love and adore and you're going to have that feeling of wanting to start a family, and then it's just going to, your kids are going to be ruthless.
Okay, so
pretty little liars out here, just like
I'm going to
terrorizing people.
This weird alternate universe that you think will exist. A lot of things have to happen to get to this point in this universe. One, finding someone who I want to have kids with.
I think so.
We'll see. 2, that person also wanting kids.
Mm-hmm.
And 3, the world not blowing up. because I can't be taking care of kids in this wild world like this. But anyway,
I think you're gonna forget all of that. You're gonna find someone.
Again, we have to find that person first. So once we find the person, let's just find the person first. Let's just do that, okay? Can we get to that step first? Okay. So in this weird alternate universe that you're talking about, even if I had these kids, them kids would basically grow up like I grew up. I didn't grow up like
you
poor.
think so? If you had the amount of money, if you had the 24 figures we keep talking about, you don't feel like you would just give them a little alleviation?
I would make sure that kid knows that he and or she and or they are taken care of. They don't have to worry about where the next meal is coming from. They know they're safe. They know the lights will be on. All that great stuff. Occasionally they'll be treated to things, maybe like group things, like vacations or like, a nice Christmas. But I ain't just gonna be buying this child anything at once at all times now. And here's why. This new generation of parenting, I don't get it. You can't just be giving your kid an iPad and being like, here you go, raise yourself on this iPad.
That's different though.
I can't do it. I've seen the iPad parents. I'm sure it's helpful for road trips and like flying when you need to keep them distracted. But if we at the house, we on our leapfrogs.
I feel like
we're gonna be playing some interactive game. We're gonna play some card games.
Right. I feel like you're gonna set them up for success for sure. I still feel like, especially if they're as charming as you like to be, they're gonna charm you.
No, because my favorite thing to tell people is N-O. Period. That kid gonna look at me and be like, "Oh, Dad, can I get this thing from this?" No.
You gonna say that?
And I'll probably give it a little bit. Now, can I be persuaded with like the right combination of puppy dog eyes and like?
And that's why I feel like they're gonna be this chocolate drop with just like these big eyes and these perky cheeks.
You're projecting. That's you, girl.
It's gonna be so cute. They're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, Papa."
Loki's more likely to get that out of me than these children.
And Loki is a cat, so if they are in cat form in adulthood, you're screwed.
Again, we have to find this hypothetical man that wants to have children with me. So let's start with that again.
Fair.
I'll take this superlative, I guess.
I feel like it is. I'm not because I feel like I want to give my children things, but I also would love to teach them. I feel like I'm gonna be one of those parents that people talk about on social media where they're like, she's always dragging her kids out and they're like taking road trips or traveling across the country, blah blah blah, they should be in school and blah blah blah. And like, I feel like life lessons can teach you way more.
Agreed.
on certain aspects, for sure.
Definitely. I definitely agree with that. Most likely to set a Guinness World Record for something.
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Really? For what?
Farting.
I do not fart. Wow. Wow.
No, I said that because that's one of mine. That's actually funny because that's one of mine most likely to. That was a joke, though. No, I do feel like you could set a Guinness World Record for being the most sarcastic. Like, if you were in a sarcastic battle with someone and they kept coming, I feel like you could. I've seen it. I've been in it.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
I'm just saying. What do you think? I don't think I can set a Guinness World Record for anything.
Let me think about that.
Tearing for Jesus? Is that a Guinness World Record?
Do you say terror for Jesus?
Tearing for the Lord.
Oh, I was like not causing terror on the name of the Lord.
Is that a Guinness World Record? Maybe I can do that. That's probably about it.
I would say you could probably set a world record for like the amount of stuff you know how to cook. You be cooking everything. She's be cooking things I've never even heard of before.
Oh, maybe. No.
She's be throwing stuff in the pan and boop, boop, there's a meal.
Even though I do enjoy cooking and I know how to cook a lot of stuff, I feel like it's so much out there that I still don't know how to cook. I feel like it's just like so many. There's an infinite number of recipes for things that I feel like I don't.
I know how to cook spaghetti. Kind of, maybe a little bit baked chicken. And that be coming out fucked up 60% of the time, so...
That's a lie. The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
You've never eaten anything I've cooked. You know why? Because I won't let you eat it. You know why? Because
why?
I'm a shit cook. That's why.
Yes.
I hate cooking. I'm not a good cook. I hate it. It stresses me out. It makes me want to cry. Every time
you keep saying that, but you brought a whole, what was that, pot roast to
that was one time.
And niggas tore it up.
First off, it was yams.
No, you brought two dishes.
Even if I did.
Pot roast and yams, and they both got torn up.
You thought that pot roast I made? I bought that from Publix. The sweet potato yams, I made that, but that's easy. You just cut up some sweet potatoes, put some cinnamon, sugar, brown sugar and stuff on it. With that roast, girl, straight off Pouble. I can't cook. I don't know how to cook. I can't even cook with my Instapot. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm useless.
You know how many people I've been telling about that pot roast? I have been telling people, yeah, my friend make a mean pot roast. You know, I don't eat it myself, but I know you partake. So I have been depending on you to bring that pot roast to the next Friendsgiving. And I cannot believe I have to look at the wall right now because...
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You right. You know what? You right. You gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, all right. Well, now I know it was still damn delicious. So bring it every year.
And I'll make sure to shift it to a different container so you think I cooked it.
Please do. Please do. All right. Whoo. Most likely to cry at a wedding.
You. I don't know how to happy cry. I've never learned. I have never been so happy that I've cried before. Maybe that's a sign that not very many good things happen to me. Perhaps. Maybe it's a sign that I am just not a emotional crier person.
It is the only reason I said you was because I feel like you're not crying because you're happy for the couple. You're crying because you don't have a date.
No, because if I don't have a date, that means I can still sip on these bottomless mimosas and, like, you know, smooze it up with one of these random also single people.
I've been in a lot of weddings and I have not cried at a lot of them. I've probably been in, I don't want to give a number, but I have been in a lot of weddings. I've been in a lot of weddings and I've only cried at a handful of them.
Also, there's that. I don't go to weddings. Don't invite me to your wedding because I'm not going to show up.
Wow. Nigga, okay. Try that shit.
Not you. I'm talking about these other randoms that be inviting me to them. I'm like, girl, I haven't talked to you in like 4 years. Why you invite me to this wedding?
Fair.
Most likely to be expelled in school.
You for sure.
No,
for sure.
Actually, no.
You for sure. I can put this on everything. I never got in trouble in school.
Same.
I never got in trouble in school. Like,
I feel like you would have gotten in trouble in school for like not like maybe not in high school and stuff like that, but elementary school I could see you being in trouble for talking too much.
No, I didn't.
Little chatty Cathy.
You know what's funny?
That's what they be saying right in school. Oh, she's such a little chatty Cathy or whatever.
They say that at your school. I don't know who says that at our school. Who's Kathy? Who?
Okay, yes, I went to a PWI elementary, middle, and high school, but I didn't pick that for
Kathy.
me.
No, the only reason I say no is because even in grade school, even going into middle, when I moved, and I came to the States and all that, and then my teachers were so like distraught. They would talk to me like, "Oh no, you like." I don't know. I've always liked learning. So if I feel like someone is in front of me teaching me something I don't know, I'm gonna always be quiet. I'm always like listen, cause I'm like, oh my god, this is so fascinating. You're teaching me something I have never thought about or known before. Now, granted, in high school, I did do some things that I probably should have gotten in trouble for, but never did. But expelled, I don't know. Not expelled, no. I couldn't even bring bees home. So the thought of getting sent to the principal's office and not being able to even go back to school, murder. I gotta go back to tell my parents, oh girl, for the next 3 days I'm gonna be home. I can't even go to school. I would have been murdered.
Whoops.
Technical difficulties, people. Yeah, we do what we do. Most likely to crack a joke in an inappropriate situation.
That's good. That's hard. It could be either one of us.
I feel like you. Crack a joke. A crack a joke in an inappropriate situation. You can't. I feel like you can't help yourself. You was cracking jokes about when your grandmother passed away.
I can't believe she did that. She died. That don't make no sense. But anyway, because it's like my defense mechanism, but we both have it. We both make jokes and laugh a lot. It's not that I don't. It's
not trauma bound. Now this is our trauma.
This is it right here. This is why we can't go to a funeral together, because we'll both be laughing.
I'm telling you, they'd be like, and we'd take a moment of silence, and I'd be looking over at you, you'd be looking over at me, and we'd be like,
just as we want to cry. I saw this TikTok, and the audio was just like when your best friend dies, and there's someone hovering over their casket, and it's like,
not you dead, bitch.
Us.
Not you dead,
us. That I'm gonna have to give it to both of us on that one. Okay. I think we both have the cap.
Not we the girl and boy, you know it's always a female and a male. Not always. We the ones standing next to each other by the tree, taking a photo because it's not superlative.
It's looking fierce. Oh, it's always by a tree. You're right. We should post our senior superlative on
the tree. Let's do it.
I was going to say on Instagram, but yes,
sure. With the tree in the
with the tree in the background, right. Yes. Make sure to wear your matching outfit. So we want to do like cardigans or something.
It's 2022, so maybe not cardigans, but we also can't do Fashion Nova. So
we'll discuss.
Yeah.
Check Instagram for it.
Okay.
I know the answer to this question, but like I'm curious what your answer is going to be. Mm-hmm. Who is most likely to fail a lie detector test?
Depending on the questions, it could be me. I feel like you hold your composure. Like you...
I ain't gonna hold you, people. I can lie through my teeth. It's not something I'm proud of. But it's, as a closeted gay man in the South for a while, I had to learn how to be very good about tricking people.
That's what I'm saying. Depending on what the lie... Here's the reason I said depended upon. Because if I'm taking a lie detector test and they're asking me questions that I don't feel like I have to lie about, then no, I won't fail it. But if they're asking me questions and I'm like, oh, I gotta say something, I'm probably gonna fail it. But you will probably pass either way.
I'm so disconnected from reality. They could be like, are you a pink pony? I'd be like, yeah. I am a pink pony, actually.
And you would pass. And they would be looking at the paper like... Life. They would be looking at the paper like, well, it shows that he's a pink pony. We're looking at him. He's a black man. He's not a pink pony, but it's showing on the paper that he's not lying about being a pink pony.
Again, I'm not proud of this, but like, I had to get really good about like making half truths.
That's
especially
fair.
Being in the closet and stuff like that. I actually, being transparent, I had a habitual lying problem even after I came out for like a few years, but I would either like stretch the truth or like make things sound more interesting than they actually were because I wanted to like fit in and be like, oh, what'd you do over the weekend? Oh, just went on a road trip. I was at the house. Or, oh, you know, just had some friends over. I was by myself. I have stopped doing that now.
Good.
I broke that habit like a few years ago. I'm very proud of myself for it. But yeah, there was a point in time where I couldn't help but lie. It would just come out. I'd be like, oh, what you doing this Friday? Oh, gonna go, bar hopping. I'm gonna be at the house.
You are. You've become.
Now I'm the reverse. Now I'm brutally honest, no matter what.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I'm gonna be at the house crying this weekend, in case you want to know.
You become, and I think it's funny that you say that because, like, I have someone very, very close to me in my life that is a habitual liar, and I know that they're a liar, and I'm like, all right, I know you're lying. You don't think I know you're lying, but I know you're lying. Or whatever.
It just comes out.
It just happens, but you've been working on it, so I'm very proud of that, and now you really just do tell the truth.
Yeah,
really just be like, I want to be doing it, whatever. If this is what I want to do, I think you have taken the shame off of it.
That's been a conversation I've been having in therapy with Mike L.
I think you've taken the shame off of it, and that helps. Shame is one of the things I found that makes us lie. So I think you have been taking the shame off of that. So I'm very thankful that I will agree. I feel like I would probably fail a lie detector test before you for sure.
That's fair.
Most likely to pull the ladder up from behind them. I don't even know why you doing all that breathing because you already know who it's gonna be. You already know.
Who do you think it's gonna be?
Who do you think it's gonna be?
I'm gonna say myself.
Absolutely.
Because listen, the way if I won Mega Millions today, I would just disappear.
It ain't even about that. If you were to, let's say, you were to make it in whatever field, and someone was like, "Oh my God, can you be my mentor? Can you just?" You'd be like, "What?" You would pull
for a small fee.
You would pull that ladder up so fast behind you.
I'm not a leader. I'm not. I can't be doing that for people. Like I want to put people on. I really do. But I don't have the kind of mental capability of putting people on.
That's fair.
I try. Like, I need you to. It depends, honestly, on what the ladder is. If it's like a corporate ladder and I have a certain role, someone's like, "Oh, I'm so interested in doing this role," or whatever.
You would pull it up immediately.
I would not. I would try to help them get into this role because I understand what it's like to be on the opposite side. Now, if it was like a different situation where it's like, let me sound like an asshole. It is what it is. Yeah, I guess to some extent I will pull up the ladder. Because I ain't got enough energy in my life to help someone else climb a ladder.
That's fair. Just a trivia tip. If and when we do make it, that comes from a show we watch. And if anybody's listening, if anybody's listening,
most likely. That was a great first episode.
That episode was hilarious. All right. What about you?
Most likely to be the first one to die in a zombie attack.
That's hard because I feel like we both will survive.
That is not a hard answer. It's really not. You would live longer because I would kill myself.
I wasn't even thinking about you killing yourself.
I would.
You always say that though. You always say you would kill yourself.
Because why would I want to live through that? So here's the thing when it comes to these questions, like, oh, the end of the world, or the nukes hit, or the blah blah blah, the zombies, blah 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 blah. Will you survive? No, I'm not going to survive, and here's why. One, I'm going to kill myself in the beginning. You know what? Maybe not even the very beginning. I might give it like 2 days just to see what it's like, what's popping, but then I'm ending it because I'm already mentally fucked up as is. I'm already traumatized as I possibly could be for one life in this present day universe we live in. And if that happens, zombie apocalypse, nuclear, whatever, that means I'm going to have to probably see people I care about die, random people die and explode, and all this other shit like that, right? So I'm going to be extra traumatized, traumatized from trying to just survive in general in this world. And hypothetically, in this universe where this happens and things go back to normal and, you know, the zombies are all gone and people are cured, I'm still going to be mentally fucked up. So, no, I'm just going to have to go for, like, killing myself in that situation. It just is what it is. So you would live longer in a zombie apocalypse because I would just... I would probably fight like zombies for one day, just one, just because so I can say I did it, and then you know what I'm saying?
Fair.
Because I'm not hunting for my food, and I'm not eating bugs.
I like bugs.
If I can't pull up at a Chick-fil-A, I don't want it. I'm just gonna have to finish. I'm done.
He's not just talking about the Chick-fil-A, ladies and gentlemen. He's talking about the service too. He wants it all.
Okay, what am I supposed to eat? And then I have to deal with...
Can you imagine?
No.
Can you imagine pulling up to a Chick-fil-A in a zombie apocalypse?
I would... Oh, my goodness. There it is. Can I get an 8-count large? So, yeah, no.
So, how much would that be? All right, see you at the window.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to yeet myself out of the situation in that regard. I'm not gonna hold you.
All right, yep, that's fair. So all right, so the question is most likely to get rich and cut ties with family. You don't even know how. You don't even have to think about that. You know it's you.
But you also have some raggedy family.
But I love my family. I would never cut ties with.
Too.
I also like them.
Well,
I also like a majority of my family. I call my mother friend. Mom, it's friend.
Let me count. One. No.
0.
2. No.
0. 1.
1. You know what? Probably me. But like, I would make sure they're set up.
Absolutely.
I would be like, here's a lot of money.
I would never think. I was about to say, I would never tell you. I think you would set them up for success. Like, here's the money. If you want to see a financial advisor, here's this. But you would never hear from me again. And you would sell off to like Greece or somewhere. And they would never hear from you again. They would probably be on social media like, I ain't talked to that nigga in years.
I would come back occasionally. I would come visit. I would come back and be like, hey. And then I would leave and burn my phone. Burn the SIM. Just break the SIM and throw it.
Not you thought you was going to call this number back.
The subscriber you have called is no longer in service.
Please try your call again later.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay, go ahead. What you got?
I ain't got no money for you. No money for you.
Wow. Okay, so I do have a couple of more. Let's see. Most likely to give a sarcastic comment or response.
Me.
But you couldn't agree with the fact that you would crack a joke in an inappropriate...
That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. I have a smart mouth. My parents told me my smart mouth was going to get me hurt one day. It hasn't happened yet.
Are you sure it hasn't?
No one's tried nothing yet. I have height on my side, thankfully.
They said it was going to get you in trouble. They didn't say what kind of trouble.
Shorter people.
Everybody's shorter than you.
Exactly.
Wow. Wow.
Bada bing, bada boom. Okay?
You're heightest. You're heightest.
I am not.
I don't even know if that's the term, but I'm just becoming like one of those
or something, and I'm not ableist.
You're a ableist heightest.
That sounds like a species of bird.
Sounds like a spell. Ableist heightest. Most likely to fight a baby.
You.
Me?
Yes, you.
You a whole lie.
I would not fight a baby.
I'm not the one who be out here like F them kids.
Doesn't mean you wouldn't F up them kids.
I would never fight a baby. You, on the other hand, would.
I would not.
You would fight a baby in a heartbeat.
Lies.
If a baby
lies.
You would say if a baby can speak a sentence, they old enough to fight.
But meanwhile, you told me I would spoil my kids. It can't be.
I said your kids, not a kid. Your kids, not a kid. You would fight a baby, not your baby.
I don't. This is. That's
you know what?
Now I sound like a baby beater. I would not fight a kid. You would fight a kid. You want to know why I know that? Because
Ow. I ain't never fought a kid in my life. You a lie. Go ahead.
Neither have I. First off, everything.
And I'm waiting.
You would.
I'm waiting to get the call from jail.
Trust me. I feel like when a kid talks back to you, you gonna fight it.
I would not. I've taught children before. And never fought them.
And there's been plenty of teachers who have taught kids and have fought them kids.
I have never fought those children before, though.
You know why I wouldn't fight no kids? Because I don't interact with children.
That's a cop out.
No children are around me.
That's a cop out. All right, I got one for you that you can't cop out on. Most likely to be a cat daddy.
That's unfair.
It's not. That was on the list. I mean, I could be a zaddy, but I won't be a cat zaddy.
That's super unfair because you're allergic to like anything that has fur.
Exactly. That's a lie. I'm not allergic to a lot of dogs. And I've recently learned that some of the cats I'm not allergic to either. So Birds. Everything has fur. Seals.
Fur.
They do. It's not called fur. Feathers.
Feathers and fur.
Seals have fur.
That they do.
They have hair.
How many seals are you just hanging around with?
Who knows?
You don't know you're not allergic with them.
Who knows?
I'm gonna laugh when you go around a seal and you puff up like a puffer fish.
Listen, concrete in the rose.
What else you got for me? Because again, I don't have much for you. I made this topic on the drive here that took 40 minutes because
ain't nobody tell you to leave in the middle of traffic.
We also have this podcast on a Tuesday afternoon.
Going up on a Tuesday. Most likely to wear the same outfit 3 days in a row.
Me. I work from home. I do wear the same outfit 3 days in a row sometimes.
The only reason I actually would think that is because you will... It's not even about the same outfit. It's the same I.O. shirt.
Forever and always. Drop some I.O. in here and dig this friend. Throw some parental advisory in there for us.
That's all I got. We're ending with IO RIP.
To the real one. But
to a real one.
Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of the Friendship University podcast. You can find us at...
Are you throwing it back to me?
You think I know this?
What was that?
I throw, you catch. You should know these tags by now. We do it every week.
Yet you don't know them.
Because this is not my job. We all have a role.
Ooh, and we don't play it well, clearly.
Wow. Keep this in.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Friendship Tragic University. We are here. You can support us. We're on Anchor. You can also leave us ratings on whatever platform you're listening on. Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. Leave us 5 stars. If you're having some type of squirrel or some type of like problem with what's happening, just email us. We can talk about it, girl, boy, friend, anybody, red, blue, right, anybody. Just email us. But it can help. The thing you can do that doesn't cost you anything but a star. Just leave us 5 stars because we want to keep coming back week after week, giving you this content, giving you this podcast. So reach out to us on that. You can also reach out to us on Twitter. We are at Funny Podcast. That's FUNI Podcast. We are also on Instagram at the Friendship University. Give us a follow. We're doing our best to stay to stay with the trends of social media, okay? We're doing our best to keep giving y'all reels and thrills and stories and whatever else Instagram is telling us to give. We're also on email. You can email us at friendshipuniversitypodcast@gmail.com. All of this will be listed in the description box below. We will catch you the next Friday. Friendship Fridays is coming every Friday. Meeky, you got any last words about anything?
Yes.
Your fake ass superlatives, anything like that?
There's 2 timelines that today might have fell on. The timeline where Abrams and Warnock won, and then the timeline where they didn't.
Woo! We won't be talking about that.
So in the timeline that they won, woo! We did it. We did it,
Joe.
We did it, Joe. In the timeline that they didn't, fuck.
Best of luck and Godspeed to you all.
Peace.
Peace.